humidity. Now this is going to add a different dynamic. The humidity is going to put more of a tax on the drivers, and that's on every single competitor here today in Sweden. So, Junior Max, senior second chance heat. Oh, Malinowskis has already spun before we've even gotten onto the formation lap coming out of turn 2. So could this mean that, like Bradley Barrett in one of the heats the other day, might have to start at the back? But before Malinowskis' spin there, he is due to line up on the front row alongside the man that's on pole position, which is France's Arthur Rojean. And it's Noah Degbol and Vigor Hjorvard on row 2, with Philip Norman and Philip Yannick on row number 3, with Bart de Wit, Simon Billman, Samuli Meltsalmi and Rasmus Valsten rounding out row 5, with Sofia Zanfari rounding out the 11-strong grid, as they now are going on to the formation lap. So as with the qualifying heats, this will be in exactly the same time duration, 7 minutes plus 1 additional lap to decide the top 6 that will go through. And it looks like as a result of that spin that Malinowskis will have a lot more work to do. So they're on the formation lap, heading through towards the red line, where all drivers will then have to be at a snail's pace in a 2x2 rolling start formation. So it looks like Malinowskis is trying to. Now I think that's a bit cheeky from the 341 there. He's trying to get into position. Now are they going to? Now he might have been allowed to go through to the front. He's now on the front row. Drivers now head to the tram lines, being told to slow by the race director. And the revs rise, and we go racing for the first time on finals day on Sunday. And into turn 1 they go. And it looks like Malinowskis has already lost out to one of the competitors. It might have been either Hjorvard or Degbol that has overtaken the 341 going into turn 1. So all 11 drivers safely negotiating the first half of the first lap, with Rojean, I think, coming under close scrutiny and is being pressurised. As you can see, the field is quite tightly packed, as there are a couple of moves, but it looks like it was a full start. So a full start. So they've been recalled to do another formation lap. Race director is saying, please slow down. And with what Malinowskis was doing, and they'd already crossed the red coned line before, which means that they have to be in formation by then. Now the field resets for a second time into formation, and that's gone a bit concertina there. They're trying to tell them to get in the tram lines. Are they going to get it underway for a second time? Yes, we do. And it looks like Rojean actually got away and has got a huge lead going into turn 2 already. And just like last time, Malinowskis has lost out on second place in the initial phase. So 7 minutes plus an additional lap to go into this first of the 2 second chance heats. We have the Senior Max 1 coming up shortly after this battle. So Malinowskis already down into 3rd position. So when we went green, it was Rojean, Malinowskis, Degbol, Norman Hjorvard and Yannick that were the top 6. As the top 5 now starting to pull away from the rest of the field. And it's Noah Degbol in the 335 that is now in 2nd position. So Rojean leads from Degbol, Malinowskis. Hjorvard now up into 4th past Norman. De Wit has pushed Meltsalmi out of the top 6. So Bart de Wit from the Netherlands now in the final qualification spot, but may have a battle on his hands coming into this race. We have just under 5 3/4 minutes plus an additional lap to go, and it is still quite tightly packed at the front of the field, where it's 5 carts, with Rojean leading. Dengball in second, Malinovskis in third, Hjorvard fourth, Norman in fifth, and De Witt in sixth position, with De Witt leading a 4-cart train behind the top 5. So leaders come around the final corner to complete another lap. No change in the top 5, nor even for 6th position, but Sofia Zanfari has made up a place. So the 354 now up into 10th position. As we have more changes, and there's been a swap for 7th. And Malinovskis is getting his nose stuck in. And look at the front 5. This is and it's nearly 3 wide going into turn 6. So it looks like Dengball has hit the front. And I think Rojan might have dropped all the way down to 4th position. We'll find out when they cross the start-finish line momentarily. As that was a bit of a sideways drift there from Dengball, who leads. And it's the 324 of Hjorvard. Now in second. Malinovskis in hot pursuit in 3rd position. Rojan now down in 4th. And has Norman for company. And Mertsami now retakes 7th. 6th place from Bart De Witt. So De Witt now out of the last of the top six qualification spots. Valston in the meantime got past Yannick for 8th place, but now it's the top 3 trying to surge away with Dengball leading from Hjorvard and Malinovskis. Rojan still has time to keep a hold of that 4th place, but even if the Frenchman stays in 6th position, he will automatically qualify for our finals a little bit later on this morning. So just over 3.5 minutes plus an additional lap to go in this first of 2 second chance heats here in Sweden, with the Junior Maxes battling it out for the last 6 qualification spots for the finals later on today. And it's just over 4/10 of a second between 3:35, 3:24 and 3:41. So that's Dengball, Hjorvard and Malinovskis, who is looking incredibly racy and is pretty much trying to reel in Hjorvard, with Rojan coming under increasing pressure from Norman in the 3:34. That's the battle for 4th place, with Mertsami now also with them, as it looks like there's a side-by-side. And that's nearly 3 wide going into the tight infield section just off the final sector, and that's from 7th onwards. So it looks like there might have been slight... and there's a bit of a bump from behind, and the bump was provided from Bart De Witt, right on the back bumper of, I think, of Valston there, who's overtaken. So Valston now in 7th, got bumped from behind by De Witt, as the top 6 are now moving away from the rest of the field. And the back end of the field, it's Billman in the 329, who... with about 2 minutes plus an additional lap to go, has no real opportunity or chance thereof to get into the top 6. But as this battle with the top 3 continues, it's pulling in both Rojan, Norman and Mertsami as well. Oh, and there we go. We've got our first 5-second penalty of the weekend. Bart De Witt gets a 5-second penalty from bumping Valston from behind on the last lap as the leaders come across the start-finish line. So Dengball is just under 1.5 of a second. Well, not even that, I think, going into turn 2 from Vigor Hjorvard, who's doing an incredibly good job there, trying to keep the leader very, very honest. Malinovskis still in 3rd. Rojan still in 4th. Norman and Mertsami complete the top 6. So De Witt, as a result of that penalty, will be dropped all the way down to 11th place come the conclusion of this race, because Billman is only about 2.6 seconds off. So Bart De Witt needs to get a bit close, needs to get past Valston and actually bridge a gap between him and the 318 by about another 1.5 seconds or so. Make that nearly 2.5 seconds, so double the gap. But I don't think that's going to happen in this late stage of the race. 30 seconds on the clock, plus an additional lap to go in the second chance heat for the Junior Max contingent. So Noah Degbol still leads ahead of Vigor Hjorvard, with Mathis Malinovskis still in third, Arturo Jean from France in fourth, Philip Norman in the 334. And then you also have Samuli Maltsami, who's actually got into the top 6, having started from 9th position. Time is now expired. We have one more lap after this to go, and it looks like it's going to be pretty clear who our top 6 are going to be. So, final lap for the second chance heat for the Junior Max contingent. Degbol leads from Hjorvard, Malinovskis, Rojan, Norman and Maltsami. That is your top 6. They have broken away, so it's going to be finding out who's going to be where in terms of the finishing positions, but I think Degbol has done enough to hold off those behind him, including Vigor Hjorvard, who started in 4th, but has consolidated that with what's going to look like a second place finish. And Malinovskis is coming under pressure from Arturo Jean, who again is also having to fend off Norman in the 334. And oh, there we go. There has there been a change for the lead? Well, Hjorvard went for it, couldn't make it stick as Malinovskis goes up the inside, going to the final corner. What a way to finish the race, but it's a drag race to the finish. Degbol takes it with Malinovskis beating Hjorvard by just literally a whisker. It was 0.0328 from the leader, and between second and third, that was 0.016 between Malinovskis and Hjorvard, who provided a fast and furious style drag race out of the final corner when the 341 went up the inside and thought, you know what, I'm not satisfied with third, I want second. And by sheer determination and pushing down that throttle, Malinovskis got it. So, rounding out the finishing order, going through to the finals stage in the Junior Max qualifications, Noah Degbol takes senior second chance heat Junior Max victory ahead of Mathis Malinovskis, Vigor Hjorvard, Arturo Jean, Philip Norman, and last but by no means least, Samuli Maltsami, with Valston, Yannick, Zanfari, De Witt and Billman no longer taking part in the race weekend. Well, ladies and